Welcome back in the pressure cooker atmosphere of the Weber Cup. The first point has gone to Team Europe. They've picked up where they left off last year. They were absolutely superb last year in Barnsley, and they've looked very solid so far here at Event City in Manchester. One game down, plenty more to go, plenty of enjoyment for you to watch on Sky Sports this evening. And we're ready for our next game. It's the European captain Dom Barrett up against the former US Open champion Wes Malott. Let's hand over to your commentators, Cass Edwards and Wayne Boyce.
Thanks, Tony. So here we go. The first singles, and now, Cass, the pressure really mounts on the individual shoulders of these players.
Well, it certainly does, because the Baker game is out of the way, where they bowled a couple of frames each. This is a full 10 frames under the new scoring system, and it's Wes Malott to start. And they'll be wanting to settle down, get into some frames and get some good shots and carry all 10 pins.
And as I was saying before the break, Wes Malott's victory over Dom Barrett was one of the 8 points that the USA scored last year. And Dom Barrett admitted it himself that he perhaps wasn't at full throttle during the Baker. And this is what kept happening to Wes Malott during the Baker. He just keeps leaving that 10 pin.
Yeah, he's getting the ball to go really wide on the lane, where it's picking up the drier part of the lane. Of course, the ball's reacting, it's snapping back into the pocket. But the angle it's coming back in is unfortunately kicking that 6 pin around the 10 pin. So it can only be a spare. It's a 9 spare, which is worth 19 points.
Wes Malott not quite yet into that groove. His third Weber Cup appearance. Remember, he's been on the losing time on both his previous occasions. And now Dom Barrett, 9th appearance in the Party Poker Weber Cup, second time he's captain Europe. He's certainly the most experienced Weber Cup player here.
Yeah, the second Englishman ever to win a PBA Tour in the United States. Stu Williams being the first.
That's a great shot. And Dom Barrett up and running with the full 30.
Well, it is, yeah, the full 30 indeed. A great looking shot right in the 1-3 pocket, high of the head pin, carries all 10. And it's 11 pin lead already.
More pressure on Wes Malott and the USA.
Yeah, Wes came back last year from a knee injury and has recovered reasonably well.
Again, just came in a little high, and he's...
Well, unfortunately, Wayne, he's left the 4-9 split. It was a little bit high, as you see. It snaps back so quickly through the face, doesn't trip the 4, doesn't trip the 9, and that's a little split, so that can only be 8. And if it's an open frame, the score will go further backwards. If he spares it, it's 18.
Oh, it's a great effort. Really unlucky from Wes Malott, but it is an open frame, and very much advantage Dom Barrett and Europe again. It's a great effort, Cass.
It really was indeed. That's how close it was. Just so unfortunate. Slides in front of that 9 pin. It was a really 9 out of 10 effort. Unfortunately, an open frame, and now Dom Barrett will very much be in the driving seat. He'll be looking to double up, score another 30 pins, take a huge lead early on.
3-time European Bowling Tour rankings winner. Of course, won that PBA World Champion 2013. His first PBA major and second PBA title.
Yeah, won that against Sean Rash on the PBA Tour. I did a 2-3-8 against a 2-3-5, but he's struck here again, and that's another 30 pins, and his score goes to 60 in frame number 2.
Not going to start mentioning 300s just yet, but 2 in a row for Dom Barrett. Great start. We've had a few famous 300s over the years here, haven't we?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Tommy Jones and Chris Barnes. About 4 between them.
Great shot from Wes Malott. And he gets a strike on the board at last.
Yeah, the big nasty will feel a bit better about that. That will give him 30 pins. Certainly wants to get dialed in and relaxed in this game.
Won 4 and lost 4 of his 8 games at the Weber Cup last year. Dom Barrett lost 2 of his 7, winning 5. Really did lead from the front as Europe's captain.
He's very much on a hot streak at the moment. There's not very much he hasn't won, and 2016 so far has been very good for him. It's great results in a tournament.
Oh, it's a lovely shot!
That's 3 strikes in a row.
There's that turkey you were talking about, Cass.
Well, it's 90 pins, 30, 30 and 30. Trips the 10 pin right at the end there. Absolute classic. Sets up that chain reaction. 3 strikes in a row, and Big Wes is certainly up against it now.
Well, he talked about not being quite at it in the Baker. Dom Barrett, he certainly is now. And Wes Malott knows it. Certainly needs all 10 here and takes them. Great shot from Malott, 2 in a row from the American. And it's all he can keep doing while Barrett continues to bowl the way he is in this first singles match of the 2016 Party Poker Weber Cup.
Gets the angle there right, coming up from the outside of the lane and rips the rack. 2 strikes in a row, but he's got some work to do, and will Dom Barrett let him back in? And that is perfect through 3. Recently won the San Marino Open earlier in July on the European Tour.
It's 4 in a row! Well, if he wasn't in the groove during the Baker, he most certainly is now Europe's captain.
Well, the difference is, of course, they bowl a lot quicker. They don't have to hang around quite so long before they get dialed in, and he really is dialed in. 4 strikes in a row, and 4 30s is 120 he scored in frame 4.
And all Malott can do is keep striking to stay on the coattails of Europe's captain, and he has 3 in a row for Malott now. But that open frame in frame 2 is looking mightily expensive for the American.
Yeah, Wes just showing us what he can do, what we're used to seeing him doing. He does throw mighty 300 games in a time, but as you say, Wayne, that big 4-9 split in the second frame is the difference between them.
As a top draw bowler, Cass, when do you start thinking about 300? Frame 9?
Well, the way Dom's bowling, probably now, but no, if he gets to 7 or 8 and then it gets in the back of your mind. But he doesn't want a 300 necessarily, he just wants to win.
Well, he's on his way, because that is 5 in a row for Dom Barrett. And Europe looking really good, potentially, for a 2-0 lead here.
Yeah, it's, as I say, it's not necessarily the 300 game he's looking for. He had one not so long ago. It's the win, it's the point on the ball for Team Europe. It's a team game. He's one of the 4 amigos, and he's leading by example.
Malott, he wasn't happy with it, but he still found the pocket. And you can see from his facial expression, Cass, he was disappointed and almost rather bemused to take all 10 that time.
I'm sure he'd happily accept it though. Maybe something was slightly wrong. The ball slightly gone out a bit too far, but it came roaring back as the ball on the lane worked and the friction kicked in. Great rotation on the ball there. Came back, ripped the rack in the 1-3 pocket. So here's a man who's perfect through 5.
150 after 5 frames. Oh no! And this could be a pivotal moment in this match.
Oh dear, dear oh dear. 4, 6, 7, 10, the big 4 split. An overreaction in the back end. The ball just flipped through the head pin and broke nothing up. Look at that.
Now frustration for Dom Barrett. And that's his first open frame. And a way back in for Wes Malott and the USA. And that just shows how quickly at this level, Cass, things can change.
Well, from a bowling strikes with 30 pins of ball, he's just bowled 6 and 2, which is 8. Wes trying to get back into this one. Oh, and rings a 10 pin in the corner just when he really needed another strike to make 5 in a row. only be a spare.
They'll be frustrated again, won't he? That 10-pin left up, a real chance to hammer home that open frame for Don Barrett.
One spare is worth 19. Takes his score to 167 in the 7th frame. I'm sitting on 158, but it's an open frame.
Well, Europe are the big favourites, but you can't help but feel throughout this Weber Cup there will be chances for the USA to take advantage, such as that open frame from Don Barrett. And Cass, if the USA are to win this Weber Cup back, they need to take full advantage of situations like that, and Wes Malott hasn't quite done it.
Well, that's right, yes. If the door opens a little bit, you've got to push and go through it. But Don Barrett, the European captain, is back with another strike and another 30 pins.
And another hammer blow for the USA. Another great shot from Don Barrett.
Yeah, he maintains 21 pins lead for the European side with just 3 frames to go.
Amazing, isn't it? No in between from Don Barrett. It's 6 strikes, 1 open frame. As Malott left the second frame open. Come on, he says. And the ball and the lane responds.
Wes Malott has not missed the pocket this game. He's had a couple of spares, 1 open frame, and all the rest have been strikes. 5 of them, in fact. So he's bowling quite well. It's just a little bit unfortunate that some pins didn't fall over earlier for him when he left that 4-9 split.
This is Don Barrett's frame in hand then. 197, 188 is the score at the moment, but if he carries on this strike trail, the European captain, he could well be doubling their overall score lead, and it is another one. Well, what a frustrating game this will be ultimately for Don Barrett, not if he gets the point, but the fact that it's been all strikes except for 1 open frame in the 6th.
Slightly light in the pocket, and the lazy 7-pin goes at last, but he's not going to worry about that. The clench of the fist means another 30 points, and could well be another nail in the coffin of Team USA and Wes Malott. Oh, a full start from the big nasty. He was fortunate to stop and regroup. Maybe just a little bit of dampness on his thumb, perhaps.
All adds to the pressure, Cass, doesn't it?
Well, he's working on a strike. Not that there's a count back anymore on this world scoring system.
Given the way Barrett's bowling, though, he's going to need to strike out here. Lovely shot. Again finds the 1-3 pocket. 6th strike of this game for Wes Malott.
As I say, he's not missed the pocket. It's been a really, really good game. Unfortunately, he's come up against Don Barrett, who's rather hot.
Well, that's the trouble again, isn't it? Psychologically, for a team that is on this losing run, he'll be thinking, well, I can't bowl much better than that, and yet Don Barrett, at the moment, heading for another point. Just been a bit unlucky with a few 10-pins, hasn't he, Malott?
Such is the game of 10-pin bowling. Some of the shots in the pocket look perfect, and you're left with a pin standing. Barrett for a strike, and gets it.
It's unbelievable from Don Barrett. 248. 21-point lead for Europe's captain. And he hasn't been affected at all by that open frame in the 6th. Perfect response from a player that's so experienced these days. 31 years of age now, Don Barrett.
And one of the hottest properties on the bowling world.
Currently 2nd in the European Bowling Tour rankings. 11 points behind Richard Teese. It's a great shot from Malott.
It's a strike in the 10th. There's no bonus balls. It counts just 30 pins. And Wes finishes with a 257. Unfortunately for him, Dom is sitting on 248.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Just 205 points was enough to defeat Dom Barrett in last year's Weber Cup. At this time, Malott scores 257. As long as Dom Barrett holds it together here, this will be 2-0 for Europe.
Yep, any spare or any strike, and the game is won.
Another great shot from Dom Barrett. 9 strikes, 278 to 257, and Europe lead the United States by 2 points to 0. Well, smiles from Wes Malott. I think he realised how well he actually played in that game. But Dom Barrett was on fire, scoring 278. And Europe double their advantage in the 2016 Party Poker Weber Cup. Match 3 is coming up right after the break.